everyone, this is Trumpetman with 40 Card College. Welcome. Today doing a Alchemy Draft for Dominaria United. So jumping in here, it looks like I updated the arts so that it would be more recognizable. So that was someone's complaint. And I've tried to make the alternate art not show up, and it's still right there. Anyways, that's interesting. So, let's see. What do I want to take here? Wow, I really don't know. There's a million green cards, but they're all kind of about the same. Maybe I should just take Walking Bulwark, because it's kind of the most unique lane. I think all the green cards are kind of around the same power level. Whereas at least the Bulwark, I think if you get in the Walls deck, it's super powerful. So maybe we'll try that. Let's see, this one, crewing vehicles. Yeah, it's probably not really a thing. There's a Tolarian Geyser, which is, I think, just the best card in the pack. This is just the 3/2 flyer. That's decent. But you kind of already want to be in red-white if that's the case. So, and the rare is missing. So in this alchemy set, you basically want to just maximize how many times you're able to select alchemy cards and rares. And so far, we're not doing great on that front. But, you know, we're trying here. Okay, again, not really any alchemy cards or rares. Our options are Terra Sunder or Tribute to Urborg, I think. None of the creatures are that good in the pack, so we want to prioritize cheap ways to interact. Terra Sunder is more powerful, but Tribute to Urborg goes better with Tolarian Geyser, because it really only adds one color rather than two colors. So because of that, I think I'm going to go with the Tribute to Urborg. I could see a world where we're more like a blue-black control deck. Maybe the Walls package still. The Terra Sunder could go both those directions. We've seen a few lands, but this pack also doesn't have any lands, though we're missing the Alchemy card and then one other. But it is a common that's missing. So there's a chance someone took a land out of the pack already. Alright, so this is interesting. I probably want to take the Tolarian Terror because I took two spells here. That we've seen a lot of Sunbathing Root Wallows, so we could have maybe been in this domain road. But I think given the cards we've taken, picking up Terror is really important because people don't really let it go that late anymore. Used to be you could get them kind of late, but fourth pick is about as late as they go these days. So yeah, I think this is the time to pick it up. Already having two spells is kind of nice. That first pick, Walking Bulwark, might not be anything. Although if we pick up a couple Academy Walls, it might just be decent anyways. Okie dokie. So this Daragoz's Whelp card, pretty good if you can get multiple of them in red-black. It finds more dragons, but we're not really in that road. Talus Lookout or Tribute to Urborg, those are my options here. Tribute to Urborg stacks up nicely, but Talus Lookout, I think it's a better card than Tribute to Urborg, but because we have the Tolarian Terror, I think the Tribute to Urborg is a little better. I do really like Talus Lookout, though. If we're just base two colors, then the Talus Lookout is easy enough to cast. But we don't really know if that's going to be the case yet. I like Tura Kennerud as a replacement if you don't get there on the Tolarian Terrors. But we do already have a Terror. I kind of want to take the Wall because it combos with the spells and Walking Bulwark. Shore Up is nice for Terror, but I think I'm going to take Academy Wall because it just fits all my cards. There is also Geothermal Bulk we could take to randomly splash like Lightning Strikes or Fires of Victory, something like that. But I think Academy Wall is actively good in our deck, so I don't think I'm going to take a random land over it yet, especially if we just end up in straight blue-black. Nice, Talus Lookout. Well, glad we didn't take the other one now, because I would want more of the cheap interaction, especially because we want more spells. So this is all working out. Nothing else here even remotely close. I do like Splatter Goblin, but not really on the same power level. And I guess we get our shore up anyways. I don't think we're a Phyrexian Warhorse deck. You really do need the white for that card to be any good. And we're not really there yet. Okay, so here's an actual choice. Clockwork Drawbridge or Shadow Prophecy. So if we want to think we're more like the walls. I think I just want card draw though. I think we're more like a blue-black control deck, so I don't think we're really leaning in this walls direction as hard. And I don't really have any white cards yet, other than Tolarian Geyser, and that you don't even have to play white for. Shadow Prophecy is fine in a 2-color deck. It's not great, but still fine. Ooh, nice, we got there. If I get a couple Splatter Goblins, then Bone Splinters goes up in value a little bit. None of these are that great. Volsci Tide Turner sometimes can make the cut. Ooh, Bone Splinters came back. That's good. Okay, so all in all, pretty nice pack 1. Pretty good lane for this blue-black stuff. Herd Migration? Herd Migration. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think we're in a Herd Migration lane. Like I said, we didn't really see that many lands, and blue-black just seems super open. So I kind of feel like I should just stay here. There is this nice alchemy card that lets you copy your spells. Not really there either. The question is Essence Scatter or Talus Lookout. I kind of want to take the Essence Scatter and hope to wheel the Lookout because I want more spells. Essence Scatter is super good, and the last Lookout was going pretty late. And so if people are more on the Domain road, they're not going to be as interested in the Talus Lookout. Whereas I think more people would play Essence Scatter. So let's try that. Not happy about this pack. I think I just pick up the Beachfront over the Ellis Ulcor because we don't have any ways to splash this yet. And it can randomly kick our Tolarian Geyser, helps our Shadow Prophecy, and maybe it will do something else down the road. There's not a whole lot else for us to do here. Like the blue and the black cards are just not very good. Okay. So Shield Wall Sentinel can get the wall and the bulwark, and maybe if we get lucky, could get Wingmate Chaplain later on. I think taking that is better than the Beachfront, because all we really need for the Shield Wall Sentinel to be good, well, it's already decent, and it can get a lot better. I could see taking another Beachfront, but I think I like the higher upside card, which I think Shield Wall Sentinel definitely is. The land, I mean, maybe it lets us splash removal, or maybe it, like, destroy evil. But yeah, I don't really have a reason to be picking up a bunch of white lands over good cards. Coral Colony versus on-color land is kind of an interesting question. I did just pick up the Shield Wall Sentinel, because Coral Colony is a way to win the game, and I could cut like Volsci Tide Turner. I don't really need the lands because my mana's already fine. I'm just blue-black. So maybe I should take Coral Colony. There is the other one that could wheel if the Talus Lookout doesn't come back. So maybe I should just take Coral Colonies and try that as a plan. Wow, Tolarian Geyser, we're doing it. Also, we keep taking spells over lands. And so because of that, our mana just Like, we're not taking the lands, so we're not getting those payoffs, which incentivizes taking the spells more again and again. So it's sort of reinforcing at that point. We're pretty solidly just in blue-black at this point. We just want to make sure we have ways to win. Card draw and removal, and we have a little bit of all of that right now, and we just want to kind of balance that out, smooth it out. There's the Fires of Victory I was talking about before that could be good. I think it's a more powerful card than Pilfer, but I don't have any red mana, and I think I would rather take the Pilfer than the Fires of Victory because I have 2 bounce spells and Essence Scatter. I have 2 bounce spells which work with Pilfer pretty nicely if I don't fire it off on turn 2. And it also just works really well with all my other cards to kind of just give me information about the game. Fires of Victory, yeah, it'd be nice to get the 2-for-1, but I'm just going to take the good card in my colors. Wow, we're doing it. So another white land might be nice once we get 3 Tolarian Geysers. Just having access to that extra gain life is pretty good. Alright, so this is the last pick before we wheel something. Haunting Figment could see play here. I don't think anything else would. Maybe Enthrall the Pit. How many ways do I actually kill things? Tribute to Urborg kills things pretty well right now because I have a lot of spells. And a Bone Splinters. I think I'd rather take the Figment than the Enthrall, because I would still need to get the red mana. Yep, and there's the Coral Colony. So the 2 Coral Colonies can kind of be our plan at this point. We didn't wheel the Talus Lookout, but that's alright. We get to cut this Volsci Tide Turner. I think we get to cut the Haunting Figment. I'm just going to take some gems for the collection. Bertai Scorn, I think, is decent in this deck because we have so many counter spells. We can bounce something and then counter on the way back down. Cycle of Timely Interference might be good. Probably want more terrors for that. Rona, I think Joint Exploration is actually just better than Rona. Rona's like a way that we could win, but if we're not that interested in damage because of the Coral Colonies, then Rona loses a lot of value. Now, the question is, do we take Frostfist Strider or Tolarian Terror? I think Tolarian Terror is better for our controlling strategy and then hopefully wield the Impulse. Frostfist Strider is better if we're trying to turn the corner and be more aggressive. We do sort of have still some ways to be aggressive, but with the Shield Wall Sentinel Bulwark package with my big walls, so I could win some games with damage. But since they're both of these are kind of damage-based payoffs, but the Tolarian Terror goes with the deck a lot more. So I think I'm going to take that over the Frostfist Strider and try to build around the Terror, because I'm not going to be able to wheel the Terror. And so since I'm only going to get one of those, which one do I really want? It would be the question. Alright. This is kind of tough. I could take another Coral Colony, and then we basically have all our plans versus the sort of aggressive decks we can just block. Or I could take an Urborg Repossession, but I don't have any green mana, so it's not that good. I think I am just going to take Coral Colony, because this pack is kind of weak for us, but I don't know that... my confidence on that's pretty low. Nothing great here. Again, Frostfist Strider. This is not where it's best, but it's still a powerful card. I think it's just the best card in the pack. We have 10 creatures and 13 spells right now. I don't know the exact composition that's going to make in our deck, but Frostfist Strider is just going to go along the plans. It can kind of play defense. It's better on offense, but it can kind of fill whatever role we need. Ooh, Extinguish the Light. One thing our deck kind of was missing is more ways to interact with hard removal. So Extinguish the Light's a pretty great pickup here. I don't know that we can really play this Bone Splinters because I don't have that many creatures that work with it. So Extinguish kind of fills that role. And we have Essence Scatter, and it's mostly about it. All the cards I want always come together. It stinks. I want this Espionage, but I also want the Aquifer. This is a tough pick. I think the card draw is just more important. But that might be a mistake. Oh, Vohar is so good. I could see playing another Academy Wall, but I don't really need it. I mean, it's good with all these coral colonies. But we're already kind of set in that department. Alright, do I want another coral colony? I guess maybe. Braid's Frightful Return. Kind of is a 2-for-1, but not really great in this deck. Or I could take a Shore Up. I already have a Shore Up, though, and I don't really want to protect too many of my cards. I don't know that I'm going to play Braid's Frightful Return, but... Ooh, okay. Interesting. I could take the Strider and just go more beatdown. Or I could take Splatter Goblin and then play the Bone Splinters. Or I could take Timely Interference, which helps my Tolarian Terror. I think I like that the best. I don't know that I'm going to play that. And I don't want the wall. And the rest of the cards don't matter. So this is kind of an interesting deck. I don't really know if we quite got there. I have to figure out, like... We're kind of between the wall plan and the damage plan, and that's kind of an awkward place to be if we're right down the middle. My guess is we're just going to go lighter on walls and more on Tolarian Terrors, but we'll kind of find out. Although there is another... The Academy Wall came back all the way at the end. That's interesting. So I could kind of go either direction. Maybe we just don't play this Frostfist Strider. Like, we have 7 walls. I could cut the Bone Splinters and the Splatter Goblin. The Braid's Frightful Return. And then we would have... Oh, actually, we have 8 walls. I mean, that is... you can mill them pretty fast if you have, like, 4 walls in play, and then you double up on Coral Colonies. That's 8 cards a turn. Maybe I just don't need the Frostfist Striders. 15 spells. Talus Look At, I'm just playing as like a blocker. So I could cut a couple bad spells. Maybe Joint Exploration. Kind of just spins the wheel. It's okay. How good is Shore Up in my deck? It's also only okay. Urtai Scorn is pretty mana intensive. The more spells I have, the better, though, because of Tribute to Urborg and the Terrors. I think I'm going to cut Frostfist Strider, which I've never done in this format before, but it doesn't really fit my deck. Walking Bulwark... I think I just play it, even if I'm not being aggressive with it, it's a 1-mana wall for the colonies. I could cut Shadow Prophecy. It's mostly going to be a 2-mana draw, or 3-mana draw 2, lose 2. It's pretty bad on the draw. I could also cut the Shore Up, because again, it's good to protect the Tolarian Terrors, but it's not good after, and they're not really my game plan. They're kind of my game plan, but Coral Colony is my game plan. Although Shore Up Coral Colony is kind of a combo. I could mill them twice in a turn if it really matters. So if I have 12 creatures and 11 spells, how good are the Terrors? They're okay. But I don't see how I cut another creature here. I think they're all just too good. And if I start cutting the walls, then the plan gets worse. So I could cut, like, these and maybe a land. 2 timely interferences and 3 geysers. Helps me hit land drops. I have Academy Walls to not flood, so I kind of want to run the extra land, actually. And I have Vohar, so I kind of want to run the extra land. So maybe I should just cut... Could just cut a creature. Is it crazy to cut Talus Lookout? Probably crazy. I could also cut a Coral Colony. But the more walls I draw, the better. Maybe I should just cut the shore up. Then we still have 11 spells. 11 spells is decent. Just make sure we hit land drops. But then after our 4th land drop, we can just start looting away things. So as long as I get a couple loots in, it's going to be fine. Like as long as I have my spells after I play the Academy Wall. Which I think will happen quite frequently. We're just going to play a Coral Colony on turn 2. Timely Interference does... Man, I kind of do just want to play 16 lands. If I did that, I could put Joint Exploration in to help me hit land drops. I think that's reasonable. I kind of need more spells. What if I just play this and cut Swamp? It's kind of iffy to play Extinguish the Light on 7 sources, but I only have 5 black cards, and I need the blue so that I can cycle timely early. But I think I like that more. Because I just want to play more spells, but I also don't want to cut my best creatures. So maybe just 16 lands. Our curve's really low, so I think it's going to be okay. Well, this is certainly a sweet deck. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, let's hop into our first game with this deck. This is where the Academy Wall is really going to shine, help us get rid of the extra lands later on, but this hand will definitely get the job done to start. Oh, nice, we can even pilfer on turn 2. I think that's worth doing, because then it gives us information for what we need to scatter later on. Let's see. The Ellis Ilkor we can kill. I think we just try to take their creatures and kill everything else. So I'm just going to take their Tortoise, and then I'm going to kill their Ilkor main phase next turn. This way we can Coral Colony plus Essence Scatter. And we have our game plan online. Sure. So they can get +4/+4 right now. I'm just not going to block. They're only dealing me 1 damage, and eventually I could 2 for 1 off the tribute. Note that they can Geyser Might twice because of the Salvage Mana Worker. So if they can actually, we're actually like 8 less life right now, which is kind of crazy. We're gonna counter that one. I think we're just gonna play the Academy Wall. I could just block, but I think I'm not going to yet. I'm not really under that much pressure. That one I can kill immediately. Tolarian Terror. I need to kill it now while they don't have the Geyser Might up. I could have Tolarian Geysered, but no need to. Now that I drew the terror, maybe I should just block. I do have 3 more coral colonies, so it's not that important to my game plan. I think I'm just going to block. Okay, so they can only +4/+4. Ooh, Talus Lookout to get their last Gaia's Might's pretty nice. And if they don't attack, then I can just have a 3/2 beater, but I'm pretty happy to trade for their Gaia's Might and also get a card back. Because then my Tolarian Terror can actually just attack through. The only thing I have to be a little careful of is Urborg Repossession. Because I can get back a 4/6. That's kind of annoying. I guess Take Up the Shield was always going to be kind of annoying. Nice. I guess I'm just gonna block. That way our Tolarian Terror, they can't kill our Tolarian Terror with their salvaged mana worker. I think I'm gonna hold the, well, I'm not gonna hold this land. I'll probably hold the next one in case I draw my other Academy wall. But if I want to play this into something else, it's more important to do this. If I attack and they double block, I get them. They probably wouldn't block, but we have to try, right? I think I'm still just going to attack and try again. Because now they're behind, so they're more incentivized to block. I'm going to bounce the Mana Worker, I think. Just to get rid of their counter. And I need this land because of Extinguish, so I might as well play it. Maybe I should have tapped my Swamp in case I drew a Swamp. That way I could Coral Colony plus Timely Interference. That might have been a small mistake here. I am gonna mill them, I think, in case my Tolarian Terror plan fails. Might be important to mill them later. I'm already winning, so getting the extra card off this Timely Interference is not that important right now. I think I just keep attacking and go from there. If they do try to kill my Terror, I think I kill this Namada. And it's kind of nice they Take Up the Shield earlier, so that I don't have to be the one to act first here. Ooh, I can do that. I think I should espionage here. Well, depends if their last card's actually that good. If I just take a turn off, I can get their last card to be sure. It's probably a land. But I think this is safer than not doing it. Well, I could double timely, so they can't kill my terror. So I think I should do that. This is why I only wanted to run 16, because I was like, we're gonna probably flood. Talarian Terror takes another victim. Alrighty. Okay, going for match 2. Just thinking about this deck a little bit more. It's really right split in the middle, which is kind of awkward because, again, we want to mill them out, but we also want to attack with Talarian Terrors. And we never quite figured out the exact way we want to do that. Sometimes you're going to have decks like that, but what it really means is that based on the specifics of the game that we're playing, we kind of have to analyze and figure out what's the game plan in this particular game. Because like we saw in the first game, we kind of pivoted away from the Coral Colony route because we had the 2 terrors, so I was able to just attack my opponents with everything. That's interesting. So they're probably setting up to Essence Scatter the Coral Colony, otherwise this play doesn't make a ton of sense. Okay, so they're just tapping out again. It's kind of a bummer I don't have double blue here. I could double Coral Colony, which would be great. I could not play the Swamp, because I could cycle it away with the wall to try to get double blue, but I think that would be a mistake. Getting to like 6 mana this game might be okay, given that we have the double colonies. And this lets me set up Tribute to Urborg, in case they play something small. It also lets me potentially timely interference into a Tribute to Urborg, like if we're missing here. That's an option. I see. Okay, they're just really afraid of my Coral Colonies. Oh, I got more where that came from. So this swamp I'm not going to play. I'm actually going to wait to filter that away. Yeah, too much black mana, unfortunately. They do get a card back by me killing this, but I'm definitely going to do it because I already have a blank in my hand. I don't really want this swamp, so I'm going to let them get their card back. They do have full domain at this point, so they can. The world is kind of their oyster, but we can start setting this up. Now I can tribute the Soaring Drake as well if I need to. Ooh, that's pretty good. So I think we should just pilfer and draw. Okay, I think I want to get rid of a timely interference, because I think that land's actually really good. What's this do? Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control the combat action player, make a copy of it. Well, that's broken. And then they have multiple cards we have to deal with. Like, I can kill... I have to kill this... I have to take the Tide Mage, because otherwise they're just going to copy everything else for the rest of the game. Yeah, we're in kind of a tricky spot here. Okay, I can kill that next turn with my tribute. So let's just mill him for 2. Take 2. I kind of want to save my timely for the Elfheim Worm, because I can block. So just kill it now. I think I do want to loot, actually, because then if I do draw a land, I can play a Coral Colony and then double activate next turn. Tolarian Terror also just blocks, so I think I just get rid of the timing interference. It lets me play both next turn. I do have to race this Soaring Drake though, and that's going to be a little bit tight. Playing the Haunting Figment rather than the Elfheim Worm. So I wonder if they have like an Essence Scatter or a removal spell. Let's just start with the Terror. I think the Coral Colony is actually more important, maybe. Because now I can mill them for 6 a turn. This game's going to be a pretty close race, I think. I'm a little worried about this Haunting Figment dealing the last bits of damage. But we'll see. I probably need like 1 or 2 more draws to help us win the race. Because we're at 10. So it's going to be close. Ooh, that's really bad. So I could bounce this Soaring Drake. Force them to replay it. There's no reason to loot, I don't think. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I think I'm not really beating the Soaring Drake right now, so I do think I need to counter it. Here I'm gonna double block in case they have... Well, if they have Gaia's Might, I don't actually want to lose 2 things. I think I'm just gonna block and hope for the best. I could block with Coral Colony too, if they want to kill that instead. I think just block makes sense though. Trying to see, they have 2 Rona's Vortexes. I mean, they could just kill this if they had like a Tributary Work, so I'm just gonna block. That's the most likely scenario, is that it just happens. So I have to do some quick math. If I hit them for 2 right now, they go to 17. Basically it's 3... it's 3 cards a turn, so 17 right now, and then on their turn it's 16. I go to 8. Then it's 3 more, 13. I'm at 6. 10. I'm at 4. 7. I'm at 2, and then I can do it again on my turn, which is 4. So if I draw nothing the rest of the game, I'm going to lose to the Soaring Drake. So I think I need to counter it. It also just buys more time for me to draw more walls. However, if they draw like a really good creature, then I'm going to feel bad that I countered that instead. I think I just pass here rather than main phase. So the benefit of main phasing the Coral Colony is that they can't necessarily interact with it, so it's 2 cards. Whereas if they respond to my activation, then it's only 1. But I'm not dealing that much right now anyways. Like if I go from 2 to 1, then the Coral Colony... Like if I lose Coral Colony, I'm not milling them out effectively anyways. See, Nile, that's like the type of card I was worried about. Do I want to play... I think one more land is fine. If I draw another spell, I can loot and then still use the colony and play another spell on the same turn, so I think playing a land is good. We do need to draw another spell here, I think. Oh, they're just hitting me for 3? That's pretty scary. I wonder if they just have another shore up in hand. Ah, no, that makes sense. I think I'm just gonna mill them right now before they draw into anything. The only reason that would be bad is Runic. The Runic Blast, I think is the name of it. Because then they could kill. But, like, this does speed up my clock if I mill them here. So that's annoying. Alright, we're definitely in trouble. So this turn, I don't think playing a land actually helps us any. Because I don't have the Coral Calling to activate, so if I loot, then I'm still going to have plenty to do after. Yeah, this is the problem with this deck. Alright, well, that's that game. It's kind of awkward because I had to discard some spells in the mid-game and then I drew all lands. That can definitely happen. It was kind of close. If I drew a little more action there in the last few turns, I think we definitely could have won. But it is, I think, the problem with this deck, where it's like kind of all in on this Coral Calling strategy and don't have that much to do with it. I'm wondering, like, am I supposed to be playing the Shadow Prophecy? Maybe. Like, that would have been a good game for it. Like, maybe instead of a Timely Interference. This card's kind of dorky in my deck, because it literally just cycles for the terrors, but maybe just drawing 2 is better. I know this being a little results-oriented, but it's possible this just... I was just thinking it's great for the terrors, but our deck wants cards, and so having more cards overall could actually gain us life. Even though this makes us lose life, in the long run it actually could make us gain more life. I think this is my worst spell in my deck. So I think I might have misbuilt by like a card or 2, which happens. I think if you do misbuild, it's important to realize that you misbuilt and go ahead and fix that. Because basically, I think the reason we lost that game was we just had too many spells that didn't matter. Obviously this hand's quite good. Maybe we're on the Bulwark beatdown plan, though we won't know until about turn 3 or 4, because I'm definitely gonna turn 2 play a different card, not the Bulwark. Or sorry, I'm not gonna activate the Bulwark on turn 2. Probably just gonna Pilfer is my guess, but I guess I could see a world where I tribute instead. Like if I just kill this, that's probably better. I can't wait to tribute it, because then they could just pump it, so I think that card's just good enough. I should just kill it on sight. And Pilfer is still going to be good next turn. Alright, so let's go ahead. I think Pilfering is more important than dealing 3. So I could deal 3 next turn. And if they have a really good card, I want it to counter it before it comes down. Kind of awkward. Their hand's very good. So Captain's Call and Argivian Phalanx are a nice combo. They can't actually cast anything if I take the Charismatic Vanguard and they don't draw a land. But then if they do draw a land, they have Captain's Call, and then they get to play the Phalanx for really cheap. So I guess the question is, if they draw a land though, and they play Charismatic Vanguard into Phalanx, then I'm in almost as much trouble, so maybe I should just take the Vanguard. and then hope that I can find an answer for the Phalanx in the next couple turns. Because this still is just going to be a problem with everything I have going on. The Defiler is going to be a problem eventually, but they're 2 lands away from it. So I think I'm just going to take the Vanguard. It's a little greedy, but if I could punish the Phalanx by taking the Captain's Call, I would. I could also just take the Phalanx. But I think I'm behind. I think this deck's kind of bad. So when your deck's bad, I just think it's better to take riskier lines. Unfortunately, our risk did not pay off. We're in the worst possible spot right now. Alright, Talus Lookout is good. I'm just going to play it. The good news is if we find... Oh, I'm just going to block. If we can find a Tolarian Terror, then that's really going to help. So they're trying to go wide here, so maybe I shouldn't attack with this anyways. I think probably because I have creatures I could play, I should just join Exploration now, see what I hit, and then go from there. So if I Coral Colony, I'm definitely going to keep Coral Colony. Because I can block the 4/4 with the 3/2 and the 1/4 potentially. Well, I'm probably going to block with the Talus Lookout on the Cavalier. But it's still better than a random card. Ironically, this would be a great spot for Timely Interference, but I think boarding one out was still correct. This is rough. They didn't want to attack with the... They didn't want to play Phalanx pre-combat for the pump. Yeah, sure. Geyser. Don't really know why they didn't want to play this. I think I should just Tolarian Geyser the Protector. We're definitely in trouble. That's a good one. Okay, so how do we win here? It's gonna be hard. I guess that's step one, is eating their creature. I don't know what's going on. This attack makes no sense. I mean, they dealt me 1 damage, I guess. But they could just enlist the 2/1 and scry for the rest of the game and attack through my Coral Colony. And I get to mill their scry to the top anyways. Unless they're like quote-unquote baiting me. But I mean, I'm definitely going to do that. Bite down. Yeah, that's a good turn. Come on, deck. That's brutal. Well, I'm still going to play my land. I don't think I'm going to filter through all 3 of them, because I would have to draw the Academy Wall and 3 spells. It might be a short experiment and draft video we've got going on here. I've never drafted a all-in Coral Colony deck, and maybe for good reason. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna block and take 4 here. It'd be nice to eat the 1/1, but I don't think I can afford to. Unless I chump and I block, but I think that's just bad. Also, they're going to deal us 5... Are they going to play a 5/5 this turn? I guess if I draw Tolarian Terror exactly, we might be in okay shape. Even then, I mean, probably a little late for the terror. Coral Colony number 2. I could give it haste and mill them. Do they have 6 cards left? Not even close. Let's see. Can I survive? If I haste and mill, I can block, and then mill again. That's 6 cards. I think it's the best chance I have at winning this game. So play this. Haste it. Don't attack with it. just mill them. Oh, it wants to tap me out of blue. That's very smart. Let's not tap out of blue. Alright. This is why you want your defensive decks to not have only creatures with no power. You do want some power to be able to block big creatures, but that's what the terrors theoretically are for. But maybe not this time. Alright, I have to block here. I guess I could go to 1. I don't know if going to 1 is better than chump chump. Because the next turn I could chump chump again and still die. I guess it's probably better. Because I still have my Coral Colony. I think probably it's not going to matter ultimately, but it's technically, I think, the best way for us to win. Oh, okay, well, we're just dead. Alright. Well, we did draw a lot of lands, but I think it's not necessarily that this has a lot of fundamental flaws. I might revisit it here in the sideboard as well. So let's go take a look. Or not sideboard, but can I rebuild my deck in any way that helps address the flaws? I mean, Frostfist Strider on defense could maybe help. Academy Wall would have been great. It's just the 4/4 specific problem I think that we're facing. Maybe I should be playing Frostfist Strider just to trade, but that just seems bad when I want to play enough spells for our terrors to matter. I think maybe our deck is actually still built correctly. We just needed to get a little luckier. I could be playing Battlefly Swarm. Is that better than any other creature to block and trade with? I don't really think so. Yeah. I think our deck is not that good, but I think we are at a pretty optimal build. And so unlike last time where I changed my deck because I think we misbuilt by a card, I don't want to be results oriented there and change it up further. So, you know, we're 1-2. We still got this. Can't always win, but you know, we could. I don't think this deck is going to get 7 wins, but I think we could still win some more than we have been. I think we could get up to 3, 4, 5 wins maybe. So let's try to do that and turn the boat around, so to speak. What's interesting is, do I just play Colony on 2, or do I hold up an Essence Scatter? With red-green, they kind of just want to land a threat and then just keep playing removal or like pump spells. I don't have any instant speed ways to interact yet because I don't have black mana. But I could just block because I have another Coral Colony. So, like, if they use a pump spell here, it's not that big a deal. Like, they Colossal Growth me, and I just play another Coral Colony. That's fine. We just 1 for 1. Alright, so if they attack again this time, I think I'm not going to block. Well, I could just Pilfer instead of playing a Colony. That way I know what's going on. Also, they only have 3 cards in hand, so I should probably... Ooh, take their Wandering Tree Folk. And then I can kill their Berserker next turn. And all they have is a Tail Swipe. Because then after that, I can play Coral Colony plus Essence Scatter, and if they happen to land another threat the following turn, I can Geyser and hold up Essence Scatter. So it's like the shields are down for a moment. Ooh, that's kind of nice, but it's weak to Tail Swipe because of the Berserker. So I can't play the Lookout this turn. I just need to main phase kill this. Doesn't deal us any damage because the Tributary Borg does shrink it, which is pretty sweet. We can reset that with the Essence Scatter. So if I play Talus Lookout, they can Tail Swipe to make the infantry a 3/4. So I think I should just play Coral Colony. And pass. I think I still play my land. Kind of close. And I also think I still block and just make them use the Tail Swipe. Because if I do that, then I can Talus Lookout and it's safe. Well, if I block here, no, then they just Tail Swipe. It's better to do this. Can't play around the top of their deck, although they did top, so now we know they probably have another creature or spell on top. Now this Tail Swipe is still looming. So I think I should just bait it and play the Bulwark and say go. And hopefully I can counter their next play. We are in trouble, though. That's for sure. If they kept a pump spell on top, they kept a land on top? Weird. I guess it gives them white mana. Okay, I just need to bounce the infantry. And then if I draw a land, I can Academy Wall. I'm going to do that rather than hold up Essence Scatter, because I think at this point the infantry is not as important. Because they've already played so many spells. I'd rather save it for the next big thing. Okay, do I 2-spell here? Or do I think I need to get the Coral Colony down. I give them 1 turn to draw a big creature. But I need to start milling them out. It might be bad to shields down there, but I just feel like if I give them enough time, they're going to eventually draw out of this with the infantry anyways. Okay, cool. Ooh, that was good. I'm not going to win the race, I don't think. So I probably should not attack with the Lookout. Although I have 2 O5s. So maybe I should just attack with the Lookout. I could win a race with it. If I didn't have 2 O5s, I don't think I would do it. That's fine. Unless it gives them black mana that they need. then it's not fine. Alright, I'm not going to play that because I have 2 Academy Walls. Now, I think I'm not going to attack with a Lookout because I'm milling them 3 a turn. It's going to take 5 attacks. I'd rather hold it back and get my card. In case they do attack, I can trade. That's going to be a 4/3. I could block. But it already has trample, so it's another big trample creature, so I probably should just counter this. Like, red-green doesn't actually play huge creatures that I need to counter with Essence Scatter. It's really just the, like, mid-rangey creatures. I think that's more important than the Terror. This is why you mill unless you already have your best card. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the trade here. Nice. There's the Colossal Growth. Okay, so we're gonna Sentinel. We're gonna get another Coral Colony, but not play it. Because milling is more important. And just pass. Oh, I was like, that was already our 4th colony? I guess so. Do I want to play a land? I don't think so. We might eventually need 8 mana, because then I could tribute plus double activate. But we're not really there yet. I guess if I played a land, then I could play Coral Colony, use Coral Colony, and kick Tribute to Urwag if I drew another land, but I think it's better to just loot twice at that point. Also, they already have 12 cards down. So if I play this, I think I do want to play a land to give myself the most options next turn. Like if I don't want to tribute right now. If I mill for 5, well, they just they have to kill me this turn or else it's game over. I can just colony and colony. They can even kill one and I would still have lethal. Alright, we did it. Aha! Okay, we got one. That's what our deck's supposed to do. I don't know if it's good. But at least we got up to the 2/2. Okie dokie. Match 5 here. Let's keep that energy going. The old 1, 2, 3. 0 power, 1 power, 0 power. But we could start attacking for 9 on turn 4 with a land. So it's not quite as sad looking as it might look otherwise. Now if I don't draw a land, I probably want to espionage just to hit land drops. What does this do? 0/4 crew 3. What? Hold on. As Protean War Engine enters the battlefield, draft a card from its spellbook and exile it. Whenever it becomes crewed, until end of turn, it becomes a copy of the exiled card, except it's a vehicle artifact in addition to its other types. So they turn it into a Sarah Paragon when it attacks. That's kind of great. I did draw a land, so I think I should just play wall and start bashing next turn. Hit him for 9. So doing that doesn't actually change its power. It just makes it seem like it has 3 power. So it assigns based on its toughness, so it's not a combo with that. I think they just didn't quite understand what their card did, but that's good for us. I'm just going to attack for 9. If I draw a land... Oh, okay. They're done with all of that. Okay, I guess we're back on the Coral Colony plan. Should I espionage? I think I should just wait. If they do nothing, I can Coral Colony. If they do something good, then I could kill like their Protean War Engine. Stop. If they scry top, there's a chance I want to Coral Colony on my turn, but they didn't scry top, so I don't really need to worry about it as much. Well, they could get the land back with the War Engine, so maybe this was bad, but what am I going to do? Not mill them? So if I espionage with kicker, then I get to draw 2, they get to discard a card, but then they get to Sarah Paragon me for 3 and play a land. As opposed to just passing and doing nothing. I think I need to just do this once so that I can start passing and affecting the board more. Haughty Djinn goes down. Well, that's pretty great for me in the sense that... Okay. Do we block? I guess if they have Take Up the Shield or Removal Spell. I have a ton of removal, so I should probably just take 3 damage. Even though this seems... It sort of seems like they have nothing, but... I don't know. I can just block this trying to get the retrick. If it's truly a pump spell. If it's a... If it's a burn spell, I can't really do anything about it. I guess I could tribute their creature, so that does help a little bit. It was Take Up the Shield. Alright, well, everything's great. Got our 2 for 1. Feeling pretty schnazzy with that. Alright, I'm gonna just play this, and then I'm gonna actually play the other Coral Colony this turn. That way I can just start turboing and hold up Extinguish the Light. They get to attack me once if they play a big creature. Wow, they didn't have it. Yes! Variance the other way! Alrighty. Okay, well, at least this deck's fun. It's kind of sweet. Okie dokie. 3 and 2 going into this round. We have a few answers. We have some beautiful, beautiful creatures with Defender. We'll see how it goes. We have so many Coral Colonies that killing Benno Sleeper seems not very good. So maybe I should just play a Bulwark here. I think the actual answer is take the damage and then tribute something better. And if they if they don't do anything, then I'll just tribute the sleeper. It's kind of annoying. Well, I don't have the Coral Colony, unfortunately. I am a mill deck, so maybe I should just Tolarian Geyser their Ares Soul Tender and make them mill more. Usually not a great play because they get more options, but you know what? Here I am. I came to mill you. My opponent probably thinks I'm a crazy person. In some ways I am, I think. For that play. But I think it's going to work out. Because we're going to get to go Colony, Bulwark, and hold up a removal spell next turn. Ooh, Sacred Peaks, the full domain. I'm definitely going to take 3. Alright, let's just see if this resolves. Alright, your turn. Don't kill my Coral Colony. Don't do it. Alright, that's fine. I want to hold up Essence Scatter here, but then if they don't do anything, then I'll just tribute it. Kind of tells that I have Essence Scatter when I make this play, but what can you do? I could go Beatdown with this Bulwark. The land's like not even that bad right now. Okay, so they're gonna get something back. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna have to counter that. Be too good. Stick. Multiple Weather Seed Treaties. They are doing it. I'm in trouble. That's going to do a lot of trample damage here. On the other hand, I can mill them for a lot. And I have a Tolarian Geyser and other things to do. I think in this instance, I should play around a removal spell and just hit him with the Coral Colony right now, so they can't respond, and remove one of my creatures with Defender. Because it's 5 cards right now. They're almost just dead to it. So I would have had them draw a land. So really just a terrible play on my part. Of course, I'm kidding you. It's random. Yeah, so if they had Artillery Blast in response, they'd have one more card in their library. Oh! I was using that. If I hover over it, maybe they'll pick something else. Definitely care more about Coral Colony than Walking Bulwark. Okay, let's loot. Ooh, sweet, sweet Coral Colonies. I think I'm gonna make the same play as before. Or I'm just gonna mill them for 4 right now. They're gonna hit me for 8. And then I would die to a Miria's Outrider. So maybe I should just chump 3 of it. If I get him for 4 right here. Oh, see, that was genius because I milled their Rona Vortex. Again, I kid. Milling is random. If I absorb 3 damage, then I go down to 7, so I don't just die to an Outrider. Oh, they pumped that one? That's kind of weird. So if I go to 6, I don't actually die to an Outrider, so I think I'm just going to take the damage. Woohoo! This is probably some of the most fun I've had in this format. 4 Coral Colonies. I usually only have like 1 or 2 in a deck, and it's only because I'm playing Wingmate Chaplains, but... Alright. Opponent goes first. Probably Bulwark on 1. And then maybe we attack on 2. I'm not sure, because Timely Interference would be kind of nice to... Like, I could... If I don't attack, I get to bluff Essence Scatter, which kind of has a lot of value. Because why wouldn't I... Why wouldn't I just slam? So they kind of have to think about their play. And I don't mind just cycling a Timely Interference, because I kind of want lands with this hand to get to Outlook anyways. Or Talus Lookout. So holding the Interference to be able to play my wall doesn't do that much. So I think I'm just going to pass, rather than deal 3. It's kind of... I could Interference this, but then if they have like Cut Down or something, it's really bad. I think I am going to play a wall this turn. So ultimately, maybe we missed out on 3 damage. I'm not really sure. Ooh. That happened? Maybe I just want to attack. Hit him for... Hit him for 8. But I could invest 4 mana and just start hitting them for 3 every turn, so that's probably better. Nothing? Nothing kind of smells like a Wrath or something suspicious. Nothing? What does nothing mean? Maybe 2 1/1s? I mean, what kind of Wrath am I even talking about? Drag to the bottom? But they're pretty far from that. Maybe if they have tap lands I don't know about? They could also just have Prayer of Binding, or some removal spell. Or if I go for the attack here, they might just, you know what? They probably just are going to destroy you with my Academy wall. So maybe I should just attack and shield Wall Sentinel. I know it's my go. I'm thinking. I'm thinking here. Like, if they had not played a Plains that turn, I think I would have attacked with both. Like everything. But because they did play a Plains, I don't want to just waste all my mana and get Destroy Evil'd. Okay, Extinguish Light. Sure. If they were going to do that, why not just do it first? I don't know. Should I Timely Interference and draw a card? Probably. While they're tapped out. I want to loot there because if I do draw like another Coral Colony, I probably want to be able to play it. Cruelty of Gix. That card's really good. The card is really good. Maybe I don't play a land here. Or maybe I do. In case I draw another Coral Colony, I could use Coral Colony, Tolarian Geyser, and play a Coral Colony. To do that, though, I need to play an island, but I think it's still worth it, even though they know I have a swamp, because it sets up for my future turn. Ooh, I could have... Maybe I should have bounced my Shield Wall Sentinel to get another Coral Colony. But if they do play something big, it's good to have this in hand. Like that. So now I could just bounce that. And then I could kill it on the way back down. I'm kind of beaten down pretty good here. I want to tap like this, though. Ooh, that's nice. Alright, this is certainly not a turn where I want to... So they're going to get a 5-5, but that's okay. Because I'm attacking with Talus Lookout a lot. Ooh, and they're going to put the card on top, and I'm just going to Coral Colony it away, so I do enjoy that. We do have a Choking Miasma. Ooh, I could just double Coral Colony here. I think I'm going to do that. If they have Drag to the bottom, I think I'm just going to lose. This is going to be -5, -5. But I'm kind of an all-in deck, and they have a million cards in hand, so I don't really think sandbagging like a Coral Colony is going to help me win. Though, the upside of holding one is that I can activate and still Essence Scatter. So maybe I should wait. I put Lethal Pressure in play, though. If I just play both, and then I mill them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I have 3 in play and they die next turn. So I think that's just worth going for. I'm just going to do it right now. Wow, they have a lot of Mirror's Outriders. That's kind of sweet. Okay. That's fine. Nice, I had them next turn. Blue, black, blue, black, blue. Let me hear you. Coral Colony, Coral Colony. Okay, we're at 5 and 2 now. Crawling our way up from that 1-2 start. This hand again, pretty solid. Nothing overly special. This is the type of hand where Academy Wall shines, though. If I just draw a couple more lands, it's going to be super good. And I think trying to bluff here to hold up a removal spell doesn't gain me that much. So I think I'm just going to attack. Like if they play a random 3-3, let's say, then I'm just going to play an 0-5. Because they're green-white, although they are more domain than it would appear at first glance. They might just be 5-color, because Vine Wall. They're probably 4 or 5-color Wingmantle Chaplain is what's actually going on when you start with Floriferous Vine Wall. That card's really good. If they attack... I'm not sure what I should do. I think I take 4 and then I Geyser it, because that way I can loot away a land. And then if they replay it and then still attack, and I still have nothing to answer, then I'll probably block. So I think we can take 4. They're supposed to attack no matter what. Okay, well, they don't have a pump spell, so... They should just attack there, because I was thinking, like, do I even want to block? And the answer kind of was no. I guess it's not a free attack, because now I can't attack back, actually, with the Academy Wall, so it's not strictly wrong to not attack, actually. I was thinking more as a defender. So I could see it. They're afraid of my walking bulwark here. I can respect that. What that means, though, is I think I can just block somewhat freely. Yeah, it makes sense not to attack, because they have a 4-3 plus a 2-3. Ooh, there's the full domain. That was a good draw. Their geothermal bog. Yeah, 0-5 into 4-3 plus 2-3. Not a good trade for me. So I can see not attacking. So what do we do now? Probably just look out. Coral Colony, maybe I should just join Exploration instead. If that's the case, I should just Exploration now. Those are both good. I guess I should just get on board. I don't really want to bounce the Protector. I'd rather bounce the next big thing. I could just cycle this for a life, and then it makes Tolarian Terror cheaper as well. Like if I timely interference the Griffin Protector to gain a life. Stop, that card's way unfair. Broken Alchemy card is being broken. So that lets them get another Griffin Protector. That's a big problem. I guess I'm going to shrink it to gain a life. But it's not good. I could just draw and then get rid of the Talus Lookout, because it doesn't really help me. I mean, I just chunk with it. But I think my card's good, so I probably shouldn't loot. Really just doing that to gain life and make my terror cheaper. Oh, that's so good. So if they just play a Griffin Protector every turn for the rest of the game, can I erase that? If I play Coral Colony and use it? Probably not. Probably just need to kill the Tide Mage. Or I could bounce the Protector. Then I could... If I bounce the Protector and attack with those two, that's not great either. But I might be able to play a Terror, which would help a lot. I kind of just need to slow them down. Alright, so what do I discard? Probably the Lookout. And then I just play a Terror. I guess if they play Griffin Protector, I can just kill the Tide Mage next turn. When do I do that? Probably my turn, so they can't pump. Well, they don't have a pump spell with green, but in general, so they don't get the pump from it. Although, if I wait to cast it, then I could. It influences their whole turn. So maybe I should just play Coral Colony. I think I should still play one more land. Because I still have one to loot away right now. Wait till their attacks and then kill their Tide Mage, I think is the play. Because it's probably going to influence what they do. King Darien? That's a big problem. Okay. So I could just kill their King Darien. I guess I could also just kill their Griffin Protector. It gains me 5 life. Oh, actually I can't kill their Griffin Protector. No, I can. Yeah, -6, -6. If I kill this, then next turn they get another Griffin Protector, but by then I've gained the life already, and I can just hit them for 8 cards a turn, which is 3 turns. So gaining the 5 right now is pretty important. I think I might be able to race this. As crazy as that sounds. I don't know if this is right, but I think it's right. Also, if they don't know what King Darien does, they might sack it to try and save their creature, but it only saves creature tokens. That was good. So now I can Tolarian Geyser their other protector, and they can't get through this turn. Ooh, I can do it again next turn too with Vohar, potentially. Okay, so I just need to double Coral Colony here. I do need to block with them, I think, so I'm just going to pass. Or not block with them, but with other creatures. Okay. This game's super close. Oh, they didn't attack? Oh, I think that was probably a mistake. If they attack with the 2 5/5s, I have to lose a creature here. Okay, so I just need to survive one more turn. So just play this. Say go. And then somehow just don't lose any of my walls. I can mill them for 8 and 8 more. Unless they kill my Coral Colony. Don't do it! I guess I have another one, but still that would be pretty slow. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, let's see. Do they have the removal? I guess not. Yes, 7 cards. Alright. Colony. Colony. Wow. What a turnaround, folks. Okay, well, I guess we're playing for the trophy. Let's do it. I mean, regardless, this has been a great success story. This is why you never give up. It was looking pretty bad when we were 1-2, I gotta say. I do think the Shadow Prophecy is good in this deck. I think it's better than the Time Interference, but I think that slot is really close when we made that change a little while ago. Anyways, let's try to get the trophy. Play the best we can. That's all we can do. Alright, no black mana and a double black card, but I do have Colony plus Geyser and a Tolarian Terror, so you can't really ever mulligan that. I do think the Wingmantle Chaplain version of the deck is just really where you want to be, but you know, you can't always exactly be where you want. That's the beauty of draft. You just go with what you can get. Oh, they mulliganed twice, not just once. Okay, well, maybe they're geniuses because when you mulligan, you put more cards in your deck. It's going to be harder for me to mill them out, because they just haven't drawn as many cards. 4 cards in hand, 35 in their deck. Liliana the Veil?
When I win, you're telling me what you know.
Like the perfect card versus a defender deck.
Off you go.
And they already mulliganed. Like I said, kind of geniuses. They play a land, play a spell. I mean, I guess I'm going to discard a land here to Liliana. Yeah. Depends how good their card is. They're just not going to use Liliana because their card's really good. Okay. Well, let's bounce their Lookout. I guess if they plus the Liliana, I can discard a card and I can get Terror into play. So that's pretty sweet. What do I discard? Probably Extinguish. Double black's pretty far from where we're at.
Don't overthink things.
So we're probably on the Terror Beatdown plan, is what that means. So their last card is good, because they declined to discard it the previous turn. So if they Liliana minus, we just get rid of Coral Colony. I was wondering if they had another Talus Lookout. That makes sense. I'm just gonna discard that.
I'm tired of your secrets.
If I attack the Terror into the Liliana, they get to double block and trade for it. Then I can play another Terror. So I think that's fine. see. Yeah, if they play another creature here and plus Liliana, I'm in pretty big trouble. Land plus planes plus a good spell and then plus would be pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Jeez. What do we even do?
You won't be outsmarting me.
I think drawing cards right now is not that helpful versus Liliana. That trades for that. You just get to plus again, unfortunately. So I can't empty my hand, so I only get to play one of these. I guess Talus Lookout is a card that I can get after. I think I should just attack the Terror into Liliana. That way I can maybe bring her down if I can find an answer for their Lookout. Although maybe they're just incentivized to minus Liliana this turn. I don't know. Probably not though. Just play a card and plus it.
Don't overthink things.
Okay. So they're gonna look first, then I'm gonna look. But I don't want a card stuck in my hand. Oh, if I Essence Scatter, they just plus Liliana, but they probably play a creature, so I still probably want it. So it's kind of weird that I'm just gonna hold Essence Scatter in my hand here. But they're incentivized to play a creature before they plus. Alright. Unfortunately, they could just keep having a Planeswalker in play. They can split all my cards. It's going to be kind of brutal. Very good against just a deck that does not have ways to punish. I guess I'll play my man. Okay.
Drop it.
Ooh, that's a good one. So now I have 2 Coral Colonies. I mean, they get to Ultimate Liliana. I think Coral Colony is better than Bulwark here. If I could have Bulwarked plus play it and maybe attack, that might have been better. Alright, well this is exciting. Ultimate time? That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. So whatever I want to get rid of, I choose that. They probably need me like 3 walls and like 1 mana. Now they give me both Coral Colonies? That's kind of crazy. Okay, I'll just sacrifice those. I think they should have split the colonies with the swamps, because that's the only way I'm going to win, is with the whole colony. But, yeah, we're back in it. We're back in it! I mean, not really. They still have a 4/4 flyer. But it's exciting. Alright, whatever. Let's mill ya. Mill ya again.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I guess I can incentivize them to make me discard if I hold my card, rather than sacrifice. I really don't want them to make me sacrifice. Oh, man. That's brutal. That's brutal. They have all the alchemy cards. They're doing it.
Drop it.
Well, I guess what does the game look like when your opponent has a planeswalker for 12 turns in play? I guess here's your answer. Sure, let's just cycle that. I guess I could have maybe survived a turn if I had done that. But anyways, all right. Well, you know what? We got to 6 wins with this deck. We've lost this one. Still really exciting. So that was pretty good. All right. Well, thanks for watching. This has been the close to another fun draft video, and I'll catch you around.